I'll be honest with you, I've done something terrible. Something that no one should ever do in their career on YouTube.com. I made a mistake. A continuous lapse in my judgment so great that now everyone hates me. If you didn't know, recently I uploaded a video on the Actman drama, a tale about deception, lies, and false copyright strikes. Now this drama sphere I've inevitably been pulled into is when one of the YouTubers involved in the drama, Mischief, commented on my video, basically saying it has comedically bad research behind it. And that comment got about 5,000 upvotes, which usually in YouTube's term, if you get any kind of negative comment with a couple thousand likes, you've done a bit of an oopsie. And I will definitely admit, in that video, I made some mistakes. And even though most of the video is right, and it's literally the best performing video I've ever had on the second channel, YouTube even pulling out the little confetti gifs there, I'm gonna take that video down because it's not something that I'm happy with. Now, I reached out to Mischief personally, and he said although the video was good, there were a couple errors. So what I'm going to do is re-upload the original video, but interject in segments where I got information wrong. So when you see me come in with a correction, I'm going to be wearing purple. I chose this color on purpose because it looks like I'm trying to signal an airplane on a runway. So yeah, here is the corrected video. YouTube drama is an amazing thing. Everyone gets involved, and then 10 seconds later, something different happens, and everyone forgets about the previous drama, leaving their half-drank Coke Zero and popcorn spread everywhere. But this is different. This drama hasn't actually moved anywhere. If anything, it's snowballed into something bigger and bigger over the past couple weeks. Now, I know YouTube has its problems. For example, my second channel, Pyrocynical Live, every video I upload on there would automatically get limited ads, because they said that my review accuracy was low. Honestly, one thing I've learned about YouTube in the past couple years, thou shalt not swear after the PewDiePie bridge incident.
Jeez, oh my god. What the fuck?
You've got even worse offenders as well, like false flagging maliciously, and I'm not even joking when I say this, liking a YouTube video. That is a real thing, I'm not even joking. I've got a screenshot from someone on Discord, which means it 100% happened. I don't need to cross-reference it. And they were complaining that because they liked one of their friends' videos that was deemed edgy, they got a strike on their account.
It's aggro, I'm lost aggro. DPS, slow down, let me grab aggro. What's up, officers? Let's do this loot counter real quick so I can go get my Uber Eats.
I like how you've got this strike system, like there's a referee, and then the red card, he just directly looks at you, almost as if he's signaling the people behind you to load up their Barrett 50 cals to, you know, dump a whole round into the back of your head. Well, this drama's a little bit different because today we're talking about the Actman. If you don't know who he is, he does some great game reviews, usually talking about how the new Call of Duties suck and the old Call of Duties were a lot better. The ironic thing is, both him and my fan base were probably not born when those Call of Duties came out.
I'm 86 years old.
Okay, you know what? He follows me on Twitter. The insulting ends there. I can't do it anymore. Now, about a month ago, the Actman strayed away from his regular content, such as Dead Space Legud. I'm bitter that he beat me to it, okay? I'm just bitter that he made the video before me. He strayed away from his regular content and made a video on another YouTuber called Quantum TV. Basically, his entire point was Quantum TV was someone who was abusing the copyright system, falsely flagging anyone's videos that would just be criticizing him. I don't really need to tell you this, but the YouTube copyright system, it's a pretty hilariously bad joke. For example, when someone strikes your video and you want to issue a counterclaim because you don't agree with it, you have to fill out your full legal name and your home address. And you think that that's given to like YouTube or something just to make sure that you're not lying and say that you're in like Guantanamo Bay? No. It is sent directly to the person that claimed you. So someone could literally copyright claim your video or strike you just to try and dox you. I'll get into context in a minute, but after this video that the Actman made on Quantum TV, he then made a follow-up video called The Dark Age of YouTube, and this was completely taken off the platform. It was taken down for nudity and sexual content, and the content in question was just like a cucumber that appears near someone's mouth. It wasn't edited to look phallic or anything, it literally was just a cucumber. Again, a strike. It's a little bit harsh, all right? I mean, you could have done the whole age restriction, 18 plus limited ads. It would have like nuked his revenue and his views, but it'd still be on the platform. A strike seems a bit over the top, but the way YouTube's dealing with this situation, it seems that they're just like blowing the person's brains out, and then the gooey remains can argue how it was fair use. The strangest thing is when the Actman appealed, his appeal was denied within like 30 minutes of him making it. I don't know if you guys know the way YouTube works, unless you've got like a Disney Fast Pass and you've got Susan Wojcicki on like, you know, speed dial. To get any kind of response from YouTube with an appeal or something being denied, it takes a while, at least a day or two. Now, Quantum TV is someone I've never heard of before this drama, so I wanted to, you know, give him a fair shout. I don't want to just be one of these people that is relentlessly attacking him without doing some research. And then I did some research. You've got a Reddit post here from 5 months ago on the OLED TV subreddit, which is the equivalent of having a subreddit for like sparkling water as opposed to still water. But I read this up because apparently Quantum TV, his entire shtick is recommending TVs to people. The entire point of this Reddit post is to show that he's like scamming people by suggesting TV settings which they pay him for, when in reality there are better settings out there. I'm not part of like the Samsung OLED Toshiba TV master race. I don't really want to get into this argument. I did just want to point out that the Reddit post, it's very emotionally charged, referring to him as someone who is in bipolar madness. Now, the Actman and Quantum, they crossed paths when the Actman originally uploaded a video about Elden Ring and how some people weren't having very good takes of it. He got various sources, but one source he included was this 17-year-old kid called Mischief who re-uploaded one of Quantum TV's Elden Ring reviews. The review wasn't very good, so much so that the backlash was that significant that Quantum TV deleted the video, hence Mischief re-uploading it. And then Quantum TV went out of his way to try and strike the 17-year-old kid for re-uploading his content after he doesn't want it on the internet anymore. I don't know if you guys know this. Once something's out on the internet, buddy, it is out there forever. You've just got to get some thick skin and deal with it, because there is no way you're censoring that out. The best thing is as well, when Quantum TV tried to strike the 17-year-old kid Mischief, he said he stole his footage using an illegal video downloader, and then ends the message with "only warning." Now, to clear this up, because I wasn't being specific, when Mischief reused Quantum's video that is now deleted, he didn't just re-upload it one-to-one. He did a commentary critique video. He was basically criticizing Quantum's Elden Ring review. So because there's actual criticism there as opposed to a straight upload, you could argue that it's fair use. What I also wanted to do here is make a more coherent timeline, because I kind of talk about things from different points of view, and some stuff has already happened and some stuff is yet to happen. It can be a little bit difficult to follow. So right here below, I'm going to basically list everything that happened up until now in chronological order. We're basically going through like the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe here. So originally, the Big Bang, Quantum TV uploaded his Elden Ring review, where if anything, he was more just attacking the player base. Then Mischief uploaded his video where he was criticizing Quantum TV's review. Then Quantum TV issued a false copyright claim onto Mischief, false being because he could argue fair use. It wasn't just a direct re-upload. Mischief then removed his original video, even though it wasn't striked, and basically tried to warn other YouTubers. 3 days later, after taking his video down, Mischief then re-uploaded his own video because he was slowly getting support from other YouTubers. And then that's when the Actman jumped in and made his Elden Ring hot takes video where he featured most of Quantum TV's review. And if that wasn't enough, then other YouTubers started jumping in, like Review Tech USA, giving even more awareness to the copyright abuse on the platform. And then to top it off, you have people like Asmongold reacting to it, one of the biggest Twitch streamers. And you know the amount of views he got off the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial? It's done deal. Everyone knows. My grandparents knew that this was going on. And then we come to the point where the Actman uploaded his first fully fledged video on Quantum TV, talking about his copyright abuse on the platform. I know it's a lot. It is very confusing. It's like a Marvel, DC, Harry Potter crossover, but I hope that gives a bit more context. Now, the review Quantum made, it's pretty embarrassing. He says things like, people that play Elden Ring have no friends or family, which is 100% true, but he didn't have to say it out loud. But that was just the beginning. Quantum dealt with this 17-year-old, cast him aside, and then he moved on to bigger fish. He moved on to the Actman. Now, he struck the Actman because the Actman featured Mischief's re-upload of Quantum's review. Oh god, the lore is getting so confusing. Quantum struck the Actman. Thankfully, the system detected it was a fraudulent claim. It didn't go anywhere. And usually, that's like where most YouTube drama ends. A fake claim, they get publicly shunned on Twitter, everyone laughs, they move on 5 seconds later. It got a lot worse. The Actman then decided to do an entire video dedicated just to Quantum TV, titled Copyright Abuse on the Platform, featuring Quantum TV. And this is where the lore gets like really confusing. There's like multiverse theories. I mean, even at one point, Quantum TV somehow was messaging the Actman's family. He said, "We wouldn't want families to get hurt or involved in this." You can't see that in the screenshot, mind you. There's no proof of that. But I don't think the Actman would be lying at this point just for the sake of it. He's in too deep. And I think as well, a lot more people in this community know of the Actman than Quantum TV. He technically has a lot more to lose, because if he's caught lying, he's going to be seen as such a dishonest person. This got even worse when Quantum started emailing Actman's mom saying, "She's under a serious law enforcement investigation. I don't say this as a joke or scare tactic." That's the equivalent of like the Joker gunning down Batman's parents and then saying it wasn't personal. This is another detail I didn't get right. Quantum TV was contacting the Actman's family, But this email I've shown here, it wasn't actually directed towards his mom. It was directed towards, well, the Actman himself. His name is Kelly. Again, it's a small detail, but I think it's best to clear it up. So then the Actman reached out to YouTube directly through a partner manager, basically said, this guy Quantum is harassing me. He's going after my family. Is there anything we can do about this? And then YouTube turned around and said, no. He didn't do anything wrong. He's fine. And then the Actman also said that they were basically unwilling to investigate anything outside of a YouTube link. I've talked to YouTube partners before. They're really not that helpful. They do mean well. They're very nice people. But like anyone I've talked to in a big company, they are terrified of lawsuits. If you can imagine like one of those like World of Warcraft like alignment charts for neutrality, like, you know, chaotic good or lawful evil, YouTube partner managers are like the true neutral. They will help you as much as they can without having to be directly involved themselves. So it wasn't looking good for the Actman. Any criticism he made was being silenced. But then someone on the zombies map picked up double points because he then proceeded to get 3 videos demonetized in the span of about 30 minutes. It looks almost like they just did a sweep of his channel. So many videos got age restricted. And, you know, just for reference with an age restriction, if a video gets marked over 18 plus, the revenue goes from like 100% to 1%. And any kind of chance of it getting put in the algorithm and going viral is just killed off instantly. YouTube obviously do this because they don't want to get an age restricted, you know, my wife's boyfriend Nintendo Switch montage be put on the front page next to Coco Melon. But I'm sure people could agree with me. When you get a video age restricted, the views are donezo. It is probably the worst thing that can happen to you apart from a video just being outright deleted. And then when he went to appeal these rejections, they just turned around and said no. But then the gods got together and they said, we have not punished this man enough. 1 video striked, 3 videos demonetized. Nay, we will simply take away all monetization from his channel and disable it. So they disabled monetization on his channel. He was essentially fired. And the best thing as well, if you check the reply below that tweet, it was his birthday the next day. Happy birthday, doofus. I'll make sure that your cake is in the shape of a cucumber. Now, I'm not sure if the Actman has any like crypto side hustles going on. I mean, it probably doesn't matter anyway because crypto's pretty dead at the minute. I don't think it, but I think it's quite an educated assumption that this is the main source of income for the Actman. And he's essentially been fired from his job without the courtesy of a pink slip. And then to like rub salt onto the wound, YouTube themselves replied to his tweet going, yeah, it was us. Quantum did nothing wrong, but you did. You harass people. But this doesn't make sense though, right? Why is the Actman being punished for essentially what he was accusing Quantum TV of doing? Well, if we go through the Actman's Twitter, we can see him pretending to be like this kind of Quantum TV character that he's imagined in his head. You know, he's got mocking tweets like, can't wait to promote hate speech against protected groups, saying YouTube enables this, and how he's gonna copyright strike some channels for fun. I mean, it's pretty childish, I will admit, but I understand his frustration and anger to make those tweets. And it's also very obvious that it's ironic. You know, you've got all these little emojis sprinkled around everywhere. I think the rule people need to follow when they go through any kind of drama, never let your emotions spearhead any kind of opinion or anything you say, because later down the road, it will always be used against you in some way or another. I hate to say it, but you've basically got to emulate one of these brand bots on Twitter that just go beep boop 1010. I'm not saying that the Actman documenting this stuff on Twitter is bad, mind you. You kind of have to. YouTube support is horrendous. I've already talked about the partner managers, how they just can't really do anything. You email them and then they come back 2 days later explaining why they can't help. The only other option I can think of is the YouTube live support. Oh my god, I hope none of you ever become a YouTuber and have to use the YouTube live support. If you don't know, on YouTube, if you qualify for a certain amount of subscribers, you get access to a live chat. It's not a video call or anything, it's simply a live text chat with a YouTube employee. I'm convinced that when you use that live chat, you are not talking to a human. You are talking to a hamster running on a wheel, powering a robot that just copy pastes excerpts from Harry Potter and the Bible. It will take someone on live chat 15 agonizing minutes of waiting just to be told how they can't help you. If anything, by talking to live chat, you're probably just helping a bot learn how to emulate being a human. If anyone wants to know where that Microsoft Tay robot went, it's probably there. But yeah, that was my take on this drama. It kind of sucks. I do wish Actman the best. He does make good videos. Hopefully this will get resolved soon. But yeah, YouTube, great platform.